Denims asked for a retraction. If Ethan thought it was not actionable, I don't think he would have. Wait, what is he's saying? He never said it, not retracting. Oh, okay. So instead of, okay, he's just denying the allegations. Okay, he's not retracting. He's not issuing. You're the biggest joke on the internet. How does it feel? Oh, I love people who say shit like this because it only showcases the circles that they're a part of. That's it. It only showcases like what kind of depraved bottom dwelling circles that you're a part of. Brother, I'm going to say this again. Considering who my ideological enemies are online, if you were to show, because this could be Ethan Klein on his extended crash out, or this could be Asmongold who lives in his own filth and rot. This could be someone currently having to go through legal battles because he is a serial like any. It could be any number of different people. Apparently, there's like some rapist that I didn't even know about that that recently was outed as raping a 16-year-old. That also is another enemy of mine, apparently, or even like fucking Keemstar. Like any number of these different groups that you associate yourself with, if you were out in the real world and you put like, I don't know, if you were to place myself on the one side and then on the other side be like, well, this guy who lives in his own filth, who fell through his own ceiling recently looking for a dead animal, who uses another dead animal as a alarm clock, who do you think is a bigger joke on the internet? What do you think would happen? Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Another Hasan hater, Cameron F5305, bites the dust. Hey, Twitch, unban Aiden Ross if you enforce your rules fair. I've never seen anyone banned for unmoderated chat in my life. Hasan's chat can be so full of anti-Semitic hatred and abuse, not to mention Hasan's propaganda and apology spewed without consequence, but Aiden was briefly politically edgy in the wrong direction, mind you, and he's lost everything. It's shameful and something needs to be done.
First of all, I know she said I like her or some shit. That's not true.
You didn't have sex?
I think me choosing not to answer should be an answer for you.
Here he is talking about a 16-year-old victim. That person got shouted out by Ethan? No fucking way. Actually, why am I surprised by this? I mean, he will literally lend a platform to... He would lend a platform to fucking Satan. If Satan was like, yeah, this is Hasan guy. He would be like, yeah, well, you know, I don't really Satan, but like on this one, he's kind of correct, you know? Bro, I know that for a fact because I was reminded of the last time he defended fucking defended Bad Empanada. He posted about Bad Empanada in a positive way because Bad Empanada had decided to do one of his like classic fucking ridiculous posts about how I'm like a controlled opposition or something. And Ethan posted Bad Empanada in his story being like, well, at least Bad Empanada is honest. He's actually a good guy or something, which was really funny. This guy says, I would happily drink a beer with it before I'd ever do so with Hasan. Hasan is a much worse evil. Why would you volunteer this information, man? Kaya, place. Like, that's crazy, dude. That's a crazy thing to say. Ethan also said that about you, that I'm worse than because I like, do you think it's being normalized, that right-wing bullshit? No, I do think it's being normalized. But not in the way that right-wingers claim. Right-wingers will claim that like right-wingers will claim that pedophilia is being normalized by like trans people existing, but I think it's being normalized by right-wingers themselves when they actively will defend or celebrate and support outed. It's really fucked up. It's always projection. I mean, this is what this guy is responding to is like my list of fucking enemies. And half of this list has done questionable things with underage people or are out and about sex pests or have their own sex crimes. You know what I mean? Under the threat of a lawsuit and while appearing to read a letter from his lawyer, Ethan Klein attempts to formally retract 3 defamatory claims against Denims. Ethan admits Denims didn't call CPS, denounced those that called CPS, never made another call for action for another to call. Wait, what?
I want to address something from Denim's correction demand in her letter. The letter claims I falsely stated that Denims herself filed the preceding CPS report, or that Denims caused others to do so. The letter also states on March 11th, I acknowledged Denims had denounced herself or any.
His lawyer told him to issue a retraction, so he ended up folding? What the f***? This is a legal apology, isn't it? He's lying. He didn't apologize. Wait, Denims asked for a retraction. If Ethan thought it was not actionable, I don't think he would have. Wait, what is it? He's saying he never said it, not retracting. Oh, okay. So instead of, okay, he's just denying the allegations. Okay, he's not retracting. He's not issuing a retraction.
I want to address something from Denims' correction demand in her letter. The letter claims I falsely stated that Denims herself filed the preceding CPS report, or that Denims caused others to do so. The letter also states on March 11th, I acknowledged Denims had denounced herself or anyone in her community making contact with CPS. Let me be clear. I have never claimed that Denims called CPS. I have never implied that Denims called CPS. If my statements were interpreted as stating this, I want to correct the record and make it clear that I do not think, do not state, I do not believe that Denims called CPS.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, if my statement were interpreted, I want to correct the record. Seems like a way to retract without while sheltering your ego. No? Am I crazy? Like under what circumstances would you actually issue a statement like this that your lawyer wrote for you if you did not actually want to correct the record?
CPS, obviously, moronic, idiotic, stupid.
Wait, what?
Believe that Denims called CPS, obviously, moronic, idiotic, stupid.
Wait, you think it's moronic, idiotic, and stupid to believe that Denims call CPS? I wonder if his fan base that has been saying that I called CPS or Denims called CPS will now also feel idiot, moronic, or stupid. Probably not, because they are idiotic and moronic and stupid. And none of this will obviously matter. Bro, I log on because I have finally time to watch the stream and we're still talking about Ethan drama, bro. Can we move on from this shit and talk about substance stuff's going on? Dog, we are on 5 hours and 37 minutes on the broadcast and I clicked on a fucking retraction coming from Ethan literally a minute ago. 1 minute ago. For the past 5 hours and 36 minutes, we have only covered serious fucking subjects. Only covered serious subjects. And I only after moving on to Bernie Sanders talking about DC corruption and shit like that on the Andrew on the fucking Flagrant podcast hosted by Andrew Schultz, did I go, okay, let me click on this this thing. How the fuck do you time it so perfectly where you come in here to be like, this is really up, dude? Andrew, yes, Andrew's a friend of the show. I think sometimes we think you don't snipe like that. At this point, you got to realize, you know.
Let me also address the point in the letter that I claimed Denim caused others to call CPS. I did not state, and I do not believe Denims made a direct call to action to her audience to contact CPS. Obviously, right? Never said that.
Huh. Well, good thing he thinks it's stupid to even imply that. What is this? For the record, here is saying she did call CPS. What is this?
Of saying things that they don't mean for internet clout and attention.
Bro, you're so smug. She did CPS. Remember that? Okay, good.
Right now.
Wait, he almost said she did CPS.
She did CPS.
She did CPS. Oh, that's so funny. I don't get it. Like, how does his fan base not realize what the he's doing all the time? They can't be that stupid, right? Like, there's no way. I guess they are. I don't really understand it. Like, they're just like this kind of stuff. I can't believe this kind of stuff works. Yeah, you got no proof. Didn't call her totally different. No, yeah, you're right. She did CPS. Motivated reasoning. Oh, dude, I'm gonna keep it $150. As a watcher, right, of numerous different kinds of podcasts and things that revolve around political commentary, if the stuff that I was consuming was so consistently leading me astray, I would stop consuming that shit. Okay? Like if there was Kaya, place. Just because Murad is here doesn't mean you get to go outside like that. Same way Asmon's fans don't understand what the Asmon is doing. Asmon literally calls on his donators stupids and laughs to their faces and nobody's batting an eye to that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they have to be so oblivious to the way that like normal people operate that they think they can associate themselves positively with someone like Asmongold, not realizing that if their immediate family members knew that this is the type of content they were consuming, that this is the guy that they were getting their notes from, they were probably shut off their internet. It's a bit different from Asmon, to be honest. Like 250,000 people have left the H3 community because of Ethan's crash out. Yeah. I randomly clicked on Asmon's stream the next day and he watched a clip that said that Wisdom agreed with him and was a future fan, not joking. Amazing. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Based.
Yes, remember that? Okay, good.
Right now, one's a little bit more.
That's why Mike says it's unironically good. Someone like Asmon is the face of the right because no one wants to associate with them. Oh, no, I agree with that. It got 300,000.
The thing is, I used to use a dead rat as an alarm clock, actually, for my stream. Whenever the sun would come up, it would start cooking the corpse of the rat, and then the smell would wake me up. So I would use the rat effectively as an alarm clock, and as soon as it, you know, it got hot enough, it would wake me up, and then I would know, oh shit, it's time to stream. Have you guys ever done that before?
That's not.
You guys ever done that before? No, no one has ever done that. How is that even possible? It's like when I tell people about the Goon Platoon, about how IDF has like a cum squad, Seaman Team 6, and you're like, there's no way, that seems so stupid. And then I have to show them the video that the Israeli government released of the Goon Platoon extracting semen from a dead soldier. This is precisely the reason why I say, good, if you openly are like, yeah, this is the guy I'm getting my politics from, great. You're just showcasing how depraved you are. You're showcasing how stupid you are. This person is not knowledgeable about anything, let alone politics. He's not even knowledgeable about how like human beings in 2025 should live. Yeah. I understand why, chatters, when you first encounter a guy like this, you're like, there's no way he lives like this. That seems like this seems... No, I don't want to watch the video again. The article title is enough. Okay, now you're making me watch the video again.
She thinks it's just another rocket attack.
Bro, Israel's public account posted this video. What a bizarre video. Husband dies and your first thought is, I need someone to get his sperm to me. Is this common over there? They even posted it on TikTok. Stop. Okay, enough. If you don't want to believe me, you don't have to believe me, okay? It's fine. Yeah, you croak, we stroke, baby. That's how it works. It's like gooning post-mortem is Israeli cultural stable. Stop being racist. I'm being Hamas. When you hear something that I say that sounds fabulous, okay, that sounds incredible, that sounds like a claim that is not passing your test of scrutiny, understand that there's a very high likelihood, unless I'm being sarcastic or making a joke, I'm telling you the truth.
That's a nasty ass bitch. I found him in...
Yep, that is. Not the rat, though.
I'm having a hard time, like putting my head around
Chat,
this
show
shit.
the blood wall.
I've seen the blood wall, actually. I've seen the blood wall.
Asmongold used to smear blood from his gums onto the wall next to his bed because his mouth wouldn't stop bleeding since he wouldn't brush his teeth.
Yo.
Wisdom's getting up. He's like, I need a breather. Oh, also, he's a multi-millionaire.
Oh.
Like, he has so much money. He is a crazy, he's like way wealthier than me.
There's a roach flying at me. Oh, shit.
Dude has stage hazards.
He's on my
in his
belly.
room.
Look at him. He's right there. Oh, God. Get him out of me.
What are you doing, bro? Get out.
It's a roach.
Go in the garbage cans. I'm going to take him.
He threw the roach in the garbage can. People will be like, oh, dude, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have good political takes. No, it doesn't. But he also doesn't have good political takes. Like, he's not even winning on the optics front, let alone on the actual political commentary side. So, yeah, I think I'm going to keep hammering on the point that when Asmongold fans come in here to be like, yeah, brother, you love like my favorite content creator. I hate you because this is my favorite content creator. Like, yeah, I'm going to keep embarrassing you because you came in here to fight a battle for this man who is fighting a battle with a roach at this very moment and also fighting a battle against hygiene. And kept going. You do come off as an elitist, though? No, dog. Basic hygiene is basic hygiene, especially considering that he's a multi-millionaire. Shut the f up, you dumb, crusty anarchist, and take a shower. I am not an elitist. You are just a moron if you think that like the average 9-to-5er that works in the construction yard lives in living conditions like this. No. You are choosing to associate taking regular baths with some kind of elitism as though you are a British peasant in the 13th century. People get their political takes from that guy. There are full-grown adults that think to themselves, oh boy, I can't wait to see what Asmongold thinks about this. Those people walk among us. Imagine watching Asmongold do all this and then taking anything he says seriously. Chat, show the blood wall is just permanently replace a critical memory in my mind. It's never leaving. Chat, show the blood wall sounds like a medieval king being shown a new kind of torture for his enemy lords. The CIA couldn't torture this out of me. These are the eldritch horrors that Lovecraft wrote about. Millionaire, by the way. Most hygienic right-wing content creator, by the way. Dude has stage hazards in his room. The way that was worded is so funny. People get their political news from Asmongold, by the way. Largest right-wing political streamer. I think we traumatized wisdom for a bit. You are elitist. Not everyone has the mental capacity to practice good hygiene, bro. Asmon has anxiety and depression, which can literally cause bad hygiene stints. It's a known symptom. It's really disgusting of you to say this. Shut the up. Dude, yo, ableism understanders, dude. I mean, this person is memeing, obviously. But you memed in a very convincing way. I know you're trolling, but there are genuinely people who will take you seriously now that you've trolled like this. Also, this is not my first foray into this conversation. I have talked about like basic hygiene and its importance many times over. This is not the first time that like someone, not in a trolling, but in a very serious manner, contested me saying that. What is this? By the way, Enos community aren't the ones crashing out. The vast majority of posts on the H3 subreddit are snark-related posts. 200 plus posts sorted by top of the week. Hasan Piker Denims, Ian or Anissa, non-specific snark, normal post. I mean, yeah, we know. Asman said Palestinians are inferior, by the way. Let his defender pick a lane. Unlike you, he's doing real journalism. The type of journalism Asman wishes Hasan did. I didn't shower for over a month. My full review. Back when he was a real gamer. I guess he didn't change. He just stopped gaming. Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. On the one hand, I think it's good because it's like so easy to dismiss. Okay. But I think it's also bad because it shows that like it's reflective of the needs of the audience. Like the broader audience of the right have basically become incredibly stupid. Like they always were, but they're not even entertaining the notion of like having coherent talking points or whatever. I love that guy. No hating you has normalized. I have not laughed so hard. You guys should have never banned this guy. He was bringing in brilliant commentary. Yeah, he's like, no, I love that guy. That's it. Like that person is never going to understand that saying I love that guy in a normal circumstance, in a normal environment is going to be like, it's going to come across as repulsive. Like people are going to look at you and go, ew, why would you admit that?